Hi students, Logan Phillips. Alright, in the first week of this class, you're going to be bombarded with information. You've watched videos, you've had announcements, you've had your course open, you've seen homework, but there are two key pieces of information inside every one of my classes that are of utmost importance. One is the syllabus. That's our living trust document, the basic guidelines, rules, and expectations of our class. That's the last video you should have watched. And you should have read, downloaded, kept a copy, printed it out, highlighted it, marked it up, circled all the key information, your syllabi. And that tells you everything you need to know about how the class works. But the second information, the second most important document, and the one that really you're going to be spending a lot of time looking at, is our pacing schedule. Now the pacing schedule is every assignment in the class, its point values, where it's located, what week it should be accomplished in, and what order the class should be done with. So let's open up our pacing schedule and check it out. Now the very first thing on our pacing schedule that you should see in the top left corner is my beautiful smiling face. Now next to that is you're going to find the logo of the class that you're particularly taking. This is the Microsoft Excel course, and you get the big beautiful green eggs. Now on the left hand side, right next to my smiling face, you're going to find it says either 4, 8, or 16 week. These are the three durations that I teach this particular class. You're either taking a 4-week class, an 8-week class, or a 16-week class. Now right below that, you're going to find your first 3 assignments. Now these assignments are of utmost importance because they are required to be completed before the WN date of the class. And the WN date is the date that you get withdrawn. If you've completed nothing in the class, you will be dropped by a federal mandate. I have to drop you. And you'll be removed from the class as if you have never enrolled, and you will not be allowed to re-enroll in the class, and it might affect you in a variety of ways. If you fail to meet the syllabus quiz, do your Blackboard introductions, and log into the SimNet environment by the WN date, you will be dropped with a WN from the class. Keep that in mind. To the right of that, you'll find the total course points. We have 1,062 points inside this Microsoft Excel course, and you'll find how many hours that you're going to be expected to work. So on the right-hand side, a little bit down, you're going to find that there's 16, 8, and a 4-week breakdown. Now, I want you to understand that inside all of my Excel courses, it doesn't matter if you're taking a 16-week, an 8-week, or a 4-week, the material itself does not change. The only thing that changes is the time frame that you're accomplishing the task in. At this level at TCC, at this level of education, as a freshman, sophomore time frame, in this style of class, I have a rule of 1-to-1. For every hour of class, you're going to take an hour of instruction, and you're going to go home and you're going to do an hour of homework on average for the average student. So this is a 3-hour class, which means every week you're going to spend 3 hours studying, reading, taking lectures, and you're going to do 3 hours of homework, doing the actual assignments, the projects, and that type of things. That means in a 16-week class, every week you're going to study for 6 hours per week for 16 straight weeks, or a total of 96 hours inside the class. Now, keep that in mind, because when we switch to an 8-week class, you're still doing the same amount of work, but everything doubles because you're doing it half the time. So you still have a 3-hour class, but you have it half the time, which means you're going to spend 6 hours each week studying, 6 hours each week doing homework, for a total of 12 hours every week for this particular class to complete the assignments for an average student, giving you a total of 96 hours in 8 weeks that you will be working on this particular class. And if you're taking my 4-week class, then everything shrinks again. You're doing everything in a quarter of the time of my 16-week. So you're going to spend 12 hours each week studying, 12 hours each week doing homework, or a total of 24 hours in any given week you're going to devote specifically to this class for 4 weeks, or a total of 96 hours in 4 weeks. So it does not matter what class format you take. If you take a smaller, shorter class, you're not taking shorter material. You're just condensing the time frame that you're completing it in. And if you go back up to the top, you're going to find your assignments, the type of assignment, the data, and the due. So for our assignments, you're going to find the type, the data, and the due. Now, when you first start in the class, the due date will not be set on your pacing schedule. It is up to you as a student to look at your due dates, look at your course calendar, and figure out when week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 is. Now, after the first few days of class and you've gotten a grasp of the assignments and you've gone through the calendars, the SimNet environment, and you've sort of played with everything, then I'm going to set the due dates. I want you to jump in and actually experience the website in sort of a confusion. Now, I do this because it's the very best way to learn a software suite. The best method of learning software is you jump in feet first, you click on a bunch of stuff. If you make a mistake, not a big deal, you keep clicking. After that time period that I set, you'll get all your due dates set by me, and you'll get an updated pacing schedule. So your due dates are really set by you. So if we look at week 1 in a 16-week class, you have the SimBook, a quiz, and a SimPath intro due on week 1. If you're in an 8-week class, in week 1, you have the same 3 that week 1 of the 16-week has, but you also have the materials from week 2 of a 16-week course. If you're looking at a 4-week course, you're really doing the assignments for the first 4 weeks of a 16-week class. So these things compound the shorter period of time frame you're in. The type, the exam, BB discussion, resources, SimBooks, quiz, and SimPass are all aligned to your SimNet environment. And there are small videos on the Blackboard site that explain these in depth. And so if you don't know where to find Excel Quiz 1, Chapter 1, if you click on Exams, Quizzes on SimNet, you will find that particular assignment. If you don't know where to find the Independent Project 2-4, click on Projects on SimNet and it will take you directly to it. Now you'll also find that our data is actually points. And so our SimBook, 10 points apiece. Our quizzes, 25 points, SimPass, 15 points, Guided Projects, 10 points, Independent Projects, 15. And if you look at the very bottom, our MOS exam is 100 points. This is your biggest graded assignment. This is the only assignment that is required to be taken at the testing center at the Metro campus during regular business hours. Once you've taken it, you have 2 attempts. You can take both attempts. You will need to email me your grade report from that test so that I can assign your grades for that test. Please do not forget that you must, by the end of the class, the last final day, take your MOS exam. Guys, this is your pacing schedule. How it works is it reads top to bottom and will tell you what order you take each assignment. So if you're in week 1, you should read your intro chapter SimBook first, then take your quiz intro, then do the SimPath intro. These are done in order from top to bottom and done in order of weeks. So in week 3 of a 16-week course, you start off with your SimBook, take the quiz, do your SimPath, your Guided Projects, and then your 2 independent projects. So work top to bottom. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about your pacing schedule, let me know. I'll gladly explain it to you. If you need a different format that's easier to read, or if you're having trouble discerning what's going on with it, just let me know and I'll work it out and we'll get you the information. The due dates and everything for this will also be set inside of your SimNet environment on the calendar in the top right-hand corner. So you can find your due dates here on your pacing schedule. You can track your own grades on your pacing schedule. You can look at your pacing or syllabus, look at your calendar on SimNet and find your due dates there. You can track your grades on SimNet in the gradebook, but it is always a good idea to have a paper copy of everything. Guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'm here to help. I want to see you succeed. I'm Logan J. Phillips, your professor or Professor P. Give me a call, 918-595-7485. Send me an email, loganphillips1@tulsacc.edu, or come visit me in A132 at the Northeast Campus. Have a very fruitful day, guys.